Fox News alert, the president and attorney general have now gone into hiding after the raid on the home of President Trump blew up in their face. For 2 days, they've ignored every question about this political invasion. Biden fled D.C. this afternoon on Air Force One, taking Hunter with him on another vacation. And Merrick Garland, no one knows where he is. He can't be found. And now the FBI is doing what it does best. It's leaking and lying and trying to clean it all up. The Bureau told Newsweek they had undercovers inside Mar-a-Lago. The FBI had a mole at Mar-a-Lago. Newsweek says, quote, the raid on Mar-a-Lago was based largely on information from an FBI confidential human source, one who was able to identify what classified documents former President Trump was still hiding, and even the location of those documents. So the FBI had a mole in the Trump campaign, had moles in the Trump administration, and now they have a mole in Mar-a-Lago. And the guy who's running the FBI field office in D.C. is the same guy who had moles in the Gretchen Whitmer fake kidnapping plot. And you wonder why the FBI can't stop a single mass shooting, can't protect the Supreme Court justices, can't stop Chinese spies from sleeping with Eric Swalwell, can't sniff out Chinese spies driving Dianne Feinstein around, can't stop the Chinese from stealing our secrets, can't stop the Russians from hacking our pipelines, couldn't stop Epstein. But they can stop what happens at Trump's Palm Beach estate. And that's only half the story. Today, we learned how this whole thing got started. The guy that runs the National Archives, an Obama appointee, David Fierro, this little liberal librarian, it started with him. So he was watching TV on Inauguration Day, saw Trump's entourage carrying some boxes into Marine One as he left the White House. And he says this, I can remember watching the Trumps leaving the White House and getting off in the helicopter that day, and someone carrying a white banker box and saying to myself, what the hell's in that box? So this liberal librarian called the Department of Justice and said, hey guys, can you get my stuff back? That belongs to me. I want to know what's in that box. How do I know this guy's a lib? Well, he took it upon himself to add a trigger warning to the Declaration of Independence at the archives. The librarian, because we hold these truths to be self-evident, might give you an anxiety attack. This is the same little librarian that when Hillary had millions of sensitive documents in her country home, he didn't even try to get them back. He didn't lift a finger. Classified documents about Al-Qaeda, Benghazi, Russia. The guy didn't care. When Hillary bleached her server with all her precious documents that needed to be archived, did the librarian say anything? No, he didn't say anything. That's who this guy is. And the guy retired in April, perfect timing. Before he left, he told Joe Biden, ready? Just don't hire a white male to replace me. You guys get the picture? Not a Trump guy. He said January 6th was the worst day of his life. He watched it on TV like you and me. He wasn't in the Capitol or even across the street like AOC. This time, the whistleblower is a persnickety librarian who misses Barack Obama. Obama took 30 million documents back to Chicago for his library. The librarian loved it. You can't even see these documents. Obama said he was going to digitize them. Did that ever happen? Have they even built the library yet? And then there's Biden. All of his VP documents are at the University of Delaware. But when he gets accused of rape, you're not allowed to see it. Librarian's fine with that. So this librarian gets the feds involved, and they're working with Trump all year to get boxes back to the archives. Trump's cooperating. They even visited Mar-a-Lago. He poked his head in and said hi to the feds. The feds said, lock it up and keep it secure. Next thing you know, 30 guys with guns show up. Show Trump's lawyer the warrant, don't let him keep the warrant, and spend 12 hours turning his mansion upside down. They wouldn't even let the lawyers watch what they were doing. Did they bug the place? Well, they bugged the campaign. And if they knew the archivists had told them what was missing, why didn't they just go in and grab what the archivist said was missing? Why'd they take all day, go into every room, grab box after box after box of stuff? See, now there's no chain of custody on the boxes. And if they plant evidence, Trump can't prove it. They planted evidence last time on the campaign. Remember the dossier, the moles? They doctored it too, remember? That's how they got the warrant to spy. Oh, guys, and by the way, the FBI lawyer who doctored evidence to get the warrant just got his law license restored in D.C. No jail time. So he can go back to doctoring search warrants. I mean, practicing law. So, they're all over the mansion. They're in Melania's closet. You think Trump's sewing classified documents into the back of Melania's Chanel dress? Do you really think that? What a bunch of perverts rummaging around the First Lady's wardrobe. Again, Trump better sweep for bugs in the bedroom. It's like they have this really sick obsession with what goes on in his bedroom. Are they still looking for the P-tape? And what's with the Democrats' sudden obsession with securing documents? Obama got hacked by Snowden and Chelsea Manning. They took everything. The DNC got hacked by the Russians, they say. Hillary's server was just wide open for business. Pretty much every enemy penetrated it. Ashley Biden leaves her diary in a halfway house. Hunter leaves his computer with a blind guy. The Democrats are literally throwing secret documents all over the world, willy-nilly. And we're worried about what's in a locked storage unit in Mar-a-Lago, guarded by the Secret Service. They're worried about a love letter from Little Rocket Man and a cocktail napkin and a dinner menu. If Trump's not allowed to keep all this stuff, fine. Get a subpoena. He'll give it back. It's not like Trump won't cooperate. His campaign literally gave Robert Mueller millions of documents. Every email they ever sent during the campaign, they handed over. He's not going to burn it like Crooked. Is that why they raided the house? They thought he was going to start burning documents? Is that what their fake mole told him? The media knows how bad this looks. They don't even want you to call it a raid.
A quick, but I want to say important note for our audience. We keep hearing a lot of people call what the FBI did at Mar-a-Lago a raid. Words matter. And calling a court-authorized search a raid suggests some sort of degree of aggression and lawlessness that is simply inconsistent with the facts and the law. And those are the facts. Chuck, do I have that right?
You got that right.
You're defining raid like a recession now, so this makes Biden look really scared of Trump. He says he doesn't know anything about the raid, but he also said he doesn't know anything about Hunter's business. And there's like 15 pictures of him with Hunter's business partners, plus the emails, the phone calls, the voicemails, the text messages, and the bank records. People cheat when they're scared. And the Republicans are rallying to Trump bigger than 2016. Everyone has his back now. He looks like he's the biggest threat to the corrupt Washington machine. Biden's so stupid that he tried to take Trump out and ended up nominating him instead. Hey.
Because the flag still stands for freedom, and they can't take that away.